welcome to another Woohoo Wednesday. I'm Little Woo, and I'm here to address another life question I've received. But before I dive into that, I just want to say that I'm really excited today because it's the 1 year anniversary of doing these Woohoo Wednesday videos. I've done 55 episodes in the last year, and of course that's more than the 52 weeks because I did a bunch when I first started in the same week. And so your questions are the fuel behind this video. So please keep sending me your questions. I really love getting them. I'm going to dive into this week's question. How to be grounded in decision making when FOMO takes over. And I'll just expand on what she wrote. Do you have a personal experience with FOMO, fear of missing out? Recently, I was invited to 4 separate things. A couple were Facebook invites and 2 were personal invites, all at roughly the same time. I really wanted to be at all of them and pictured what each experience might have been like. As the day in question came about, I became more and more anxious and felt very ungrounded. I remember this feeling while choosing my electives for school. First week of registration, I would race around the campus attending more than 1 class per block, feeling not unlike a chicken missing her head as I can imagine it. Well, thank you so much for that question. I think it's actually come up a few times this week when people have been talking to me about FOMO. And as you said, it's the fear of missing out. And it's a saying that is quite common these days. And I think it's because we're living increasingly in a world of infinite choices. Not just in terms of our career, but in terms of relationship, in terms of where we want to live, what kind of work we want to do, even how we spend our time. There's so many choices of how do you want to spend your time? Where do you want to invest your money, your interests, your energy? So it's like, it's beautiful that we live in a time with so many choices, but then it creates its own challenge. How do you deal with FOMO? How do you make decisions? How do you stay grounded when you're aware of all that's going on and not being able to keep up with all of it? I'm going to talk about first the 2 gifts of being human. And one of that is that we can make choices very consciously. We can make them by habit, by default, by unconscious choice, or we can make them by conscious choice. So that's the first thing that I would really recommend is like being aware of your process and knowing, okay, I'm going to be more conscious about how I approach these choices and gain some tools for making decisions. Now, the second gift of being human is having all these amazing tools that we have privy to, like having really cool memory. We have a way of remembering things. It's not perfect memory, but it's subjective memory, but it's helpful still. We remember what we liked, what we didn't like, and then we can make decisions based on those preferences over time. It's really important to be aware, wow, we have memory, we have imagination. We can use our imagination to go into the future and imagine what we would feel like at that event or having made that choice, and kind of use that to create it's almost like a fake hindsight. It's like, oh, I've traveled there. I don't think I really like that. So it's like creating hindsight without actually going through the experience. We also have intuition. We have reasoning skills, and those are left and right brain skills that we can develop in this lifetime to help us make decisions, because you can use your logic and reason and to make pros and cons lists and analyze. The ability to analyze is really a powerful tool that we have. Then we also create through right brain activity like intuition, vision, downloads suddenly from the collective mind. And so all those, and being really creative, like thinking outside of the box, those are all things that help you also in decision making. And so, but those same tools, memory, imagination, intuition, and reasoning, can also take you out of your body. So you've probably heard of out-of-body experiences. If you were a kid like me and were into the supernatural, you'd be like, OBE, out-of-body experience. And I read into it, tried to understand, like, how do people do that? How do they leave their bodies? And it was like this technique of projecting your mind outside of your body and watching the world from a different perspective. But we do that all the time, maybe not in the traditional sense of out-of-body, but the fact that we are such intellectual creatures that we use our minds to think and create in the mind, so we're actually not completely in our bodies when we're creating that way, when we're mentally activated. So when we're out of body, it helps us to analyze the situation, think and create and maybe make decisions, but ultimately The key to really making a decision that feels right is that you must feel. You must be in your body. You must be able to feel the decision. And people say, oh, well, that doesn't seem like very safe to make your decisions through your feelings. It's like, well, you use both. You use your mind and your body, which is where your heart can be felt, and see, like, in combination, having examined the situation and all the choices, if it's about FOMO, like having to make a choice, then use your body to understand, what are you actually feeling right now? And if you can calm yourself down enough, and so different ways to calm your body and to kind of bring your nervous system down back to a grounded place. Here's some few tips. Is first, breath work, really important. So if you're dealing with FOMO, stop before you make a decision and take some deep breaths. And you need to also slow yourself down, because obviously when you're in FOMO, you're going through all your options and choices, and you're trying to think of them all and analyze them and maybe put yourself in those positions. But you need to slow down your thoughts, and get back into your body by breathing. That's the number one way to get back in your body. The second way is to slow yourself down and do something that calms your nervous system. Maybe a walk outside, a quick 5-minute walk outside can decompress you from this spiraling energy. Or you can do something physical, like some exercise. Exercise really can ground the body. Not only does it connect your breath, but it really connects you to your whole being, your body. Stretching, some yoga. It doesn't have to be strenuous exercise, but if you do some stretching, or just find a way to reconnect to your body, maybe getting some body work, even having a quick massage, asking your friend to give you a neck massage can actually help you ground your body, get back into it. Because the only way to really enjoy body work or massage is to be in your body. When you've done that, and then you look at your decisions and your options, you'll notice your FOMO has gone down, because when you're in your body, you'll sense where you actually want to be, who you want to be with. And the more you practice being in your body, the easier it will be to make decisions and not have so much FOMO. I want to take a moment to take a deep breath together right now. And I hope that you can really spend today getting into your body and thinking about the teachings of what it feels to be able to sense the world through your whole being, not just through your mind. And I want to send some blessings to all the people who have been, tuning in through the year. Thank you so much to anyone who has ever privately sent me a message about either a question or an act of thanks. I really appreciate those comments and feedbacks privately, and also those who have commented publicly on my Facebook feed. I really appreciate your comments and questions that you put on and interactions you do there. Really mean a lot to me. Let's connect through the year. Please keep watching on Wednesdays. I'll be doing more experiments, and I'd love to have you part of it. And I welcome your feedback. If you think of things that you would love me to do a topic on, do a video on, or you'd like to suggest something for me on video, I would love to learn and hear from you. Okay, so happy 1-year anniversary. Thank you so much for being part of my life. I love you and appreciate you, and I appreciate connecting with you online and in person. So for those who live in Vancouver, or if I'm traveling and I bump into you, please come and say hello if you see me somewhere. Mwah.